Hello and a very, very good morning. I'm a bit excited because spring is here, isn't it? I was just thinking, actually, a week today, sunset is at 7:30. I know, isn't that great? That's great. So next week at this time, it's going to be light until 7:30 at night. I don't know about you, but I spent the last few days in my garden. Friday was a beautiful day. I got out and about, and this hour, we have got some stunning plants for you. Whether you're looking for things that are going to give you instant colour, whether you're planning ahead for spring and summer, honestly, we have got some stunning plants and shrubs. We've got gardening tools as well. And I am joined by a great friend of mine and a fantastic gardener. Adam is with me. Adam Walcott, nice to see you, Adam.
How are you doing? Good morning to you.
All the better for seeing you, actually. We're happy bunnies, aren't we?
We are, yeah. I mean, well, spring equinox has come and gone, so
I know.
Next 6 months, the days are longer than the nights. Clock's going forward, Easter coming up. Oh, goodness me, fantastic.
Yeah, it's an exciting time of year. And what we are going to say is anybody that's new to gardening with Ltgl, we want you to order something this hour. Try us for the very first time. All of our plants are grown with fantastic nurseries, aren't they?
Absolutely. Brilliant suppliers, brilliantly quality plants. And, you know, and plants that, we haven't got prima donnas, we haven't got things that are difficult. We've got plants that everybody can enjoy and grow easily.
Yeah, very true, actually. Now, we have actually got a few little prize draws running as well. So here's the details of the first one. And it's great, actually, because we'd love you to be part of the show. So if you send in a photo of your grown borders or baskets of fruit from last year, or this year, actually, you'll be entered into a chance for winning a £20 voucher to spend here with Ltgl and lead the good life. We're already getting emails coming in. Keep them flowing this hour. And our second prize draw, have a look at this one. This is really superb as well. This weekend, it is our home and DIY show. So firm are giving one lucky customer the chance to win a hand tool bundle. That's worth £500. And all you need to do is purchase from any featured product up until 1 minute to 9 this Sunday. And the winner will be announced on Monday as it happens. So 2 great prize draws, but we've only got an hour of gardening. So without further ado, right. Go online, shop ahead, but we're starting the show with the top seller from a previous hour, the twin pack of magnolia. I love magnolias, but this is a really special one, isn't it?
This is Magnolia Sunrise, that amazing blossom there, those creamy white petals with that incredible pink centre there, Sean. I mean, that really does look like a sunrise to me when you see those first streaks of red across the sky in the morning. And these are the shrubs that say to me spring has really arrived. We see these as huge trees in certain streets, in parks, all those sorts of places. But don't worry if you're thinking, well, I can't grow a magnolia because they are going to get big. This is a nice compact variety. This is only going to get to about 1.5 metres or 6 foot. So even if you've got a small garden or just a balcony or a terrace, somewhere really tiny, you can still grow this and it will do fantastic in a pot.
And I love the fact with magnolias, all the flowers come before the leaves.
I know,
amazing.
It really gives it that very kind of elegant oriental kind of look. I always think they look nice in Japanese gardens with that kind of ghostly sort of look where you see those buds just coming out and the bare branches.
I've got 2 in my garden. They're ripe in bud right now, and I just can't wait for them to come out. Talking of which, actually, now the samples you're getting, and they're amazing price. They're working out less than £10 each. These are all covered in bud. So will these flower this year?
Yeah, these will flower this year. I mean, last week when these were on, I was absolutely gobsmacked, you know, by the quality of these. These are the plants you're going to receive. So we're not talking about little tiny plants that you need to grow on. These were already the flower buds. The flower buds, you can tell because they're always got that lovely kind of furry growth, that sort of furry hairiness on the buds. In a few weeks' time, they're going to burst open. They are going to release those colours for you. So you will get flower from these this year. And, you know, value-wise, I was at a garden centre yesterday and I saw potted magnolias like this already about £16, £17 each.
And they weren't as exotic as these, were they?
No, they weren't as exotic as these. And these are bare root. Now, sometimes people are a little bit worried about bare root. Don't worry at all. These plants are still semi-dormant. So all you need to do when you get them home is soak them in water for an hour or so, plant them in the ground, water them in, and they will grow.
Well, already we think these are going to sell out today. 10% of our entire stock has gone. This is the time to order them, to plant them, and to have these fantastic flowers this year. Of course, 340188 is that all-important item number. I think they're going to sell it. They do come, by the way, with the root grow as well, don't they?
Yeah, and again, that's really, really good for bare root plants because what that'll actually do, that'll actually increase the root system on there, so you're going to get more roots, and the plant with more roots is more productive, more healthy.
I'm going to advise you, because I think we're going to have one of the busiest gardening shows this year, I would get online and start shopping ahead on Ltgl.tv. Now, over here,
Yep.
we have got sweet peas for you next.
Yeah.
Already busy for these. These are brand new, and you are getting the sweet pea sweet dreams, the climbing frame, and you're even getting the compost and the Incredibloom. So it's a complete system, this,
Complete
isn't it?
system. Yeah, you're getting these wonderful plugs of sweet peas. Look how healthy they are.
Now, Adam, when I first saw that you only got 6, I went, just 6, but it's 6 plugs like this with several sweet peas in, isn't it?
So that's what you've got. You know, you've got that in there. So you've got all
So
those
6 of these.
You've got all that. I need to just be double checking that, Sean, because I'm not sure whether we're going for 6 of the plugs or 6 plants in each plug. But if we could just clarify that. But either way, you are getting
6 big plugs.
So therefore, you're getting about 36 plugs in total, because there's about 5 or 6 in each of those plugs. And you're getting the actual planter as well with the trellis.
And can we show you the planter, by the way? Because this is based on our top-selling planter. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it?
These are always very popular as well, because these look fantastic even before something's grown up. And quite often support structures for plants, to be honest, are ugly. They're not attractive. This looks nice even now. And then imagine once your sweet peas grow up there. But of course, if you want to, you can grow your sweet peas anywhere. You don't have to grow them in there. You could grow something else in there. But you've got that planter, you've got that cylinder there of trellis, you've got your sweet peas, and you've got your compost. Just a brilliant starter kit.
And am I right in saying with sweet peas, the crueler you are, the more flowers it gives you?
Yeah, the more you pick, the more flowers will actually come back.
So that's great, isn't it?
And one thing you need to do with these as well, and it looks a bit harsh, in fact, they've done it already on some of these. When you get these home, just pinch out the very middle bud on the top of each one, between your thumb and your index finger, pinch that out. And what that will encourage these to do is to branch. So you'll end up with 2 or 3 branches coming out from that one point, rather than just one stem going straight up.
And Adam, we're also including this, and it's brilliant value, isn't it? $22.99. Your Incredibloom fertiliser. This is saying 400% more flowers.
Yeah, and that's a fact. I mean, ASA regulations say, we can't say these things unless they've been proven. This is a fantastic fertiliser that is slow release, that releases all through the summer gradually. It's not some huge amount of food and then nothing. It will feed your plants all the way through the season, trace elements, all the main elements that plants need as well.
And we even give you compost as well. That is the Incredibloom difference, by the way. Now, we are saving you £7 today. These are brand new at $22.99. Isn't it a great time of year, this?
Oh, Joe, I just cannot describe to you how exciting this time is. I mean, I got up just before 6 o'clock this morning, and already there was a shaft of sunlight coming into my hotel room, and I thought, wow, it's only just gone 6 in the morning, and it's already sunny.
And we want your gardens to be the best ever this year. By the way, 10% of this stock of this is gone. No surprise, except we are going to have one of the busy shows, I think, this year with gardening. But it's the right time. We've got
We're
amazing
inspired
products.
now, aren't we?
We are.
We've been outside. The ground is drying out. The grass is growing. The birds are singing. The buds are bursting. The bulbs are flowering.
Are you talking about the grass growing? Adam and I are with you as well at 12 o'clock with the Stanley lawnmower, which is superb, isn't it?
Stunning mower.
The magnolia. I'm really annoyed because I've not ordered these magnolias. I have got 2 magnolias already, but I was really tempted with these. 20% of the entire stock of those has now gone. 340188 is that all-important item number. Love that variety, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, it's stunning, isn't it? Those sort of creamy white flowers and that pink at the bottom, they always remind me in one way, they always remind me of like tulips. They almost look like tulip flowers, but actually on a tree. And they just look so elegant in the spring, because when we've gone through such a bleak, dull, miserable winter, and suddenly you get these goblets of flower exploding on each branch. Oh, wow.
Don't miss out on those. I don't know if we're going to get them back this season, obviously, because it's the time to plant them now, but 20% of the stock's gone. Now, we've got our lavender next, and you are getting... Now, I've got to say, we were all confused about how many you got earlier. Sophie that sets up the show, we said, oh, it's 41. Adam said 24, but it's actually 48, isn't it?
We set it on 48 here, didn't we?
Well, we double and treble checked. It definitely is 48, because it's 24 plants, but it's buy one, get one free, so it is 48. Sorry, as gardeners are very creative, we're not necessarily that good at maths. So what variety are these lavender?
This is lavender Munstead. This is one of the sort of the classic garden lavenders, sort of what we call English lavender, although technically they come from the Mediterranean, but this is one that makes a fantastic hedge. This is one that's nice and short and compact. So if you want to make a knot garden, or you want to make a rope garden, or you want to sort of put edging down the front of your back or front path, this is ideal. Lavender is evergreen, so you're going to get green all the way through. You've got those incredible flowers. Everybody knows the gorgeous purpley mauve flowers of lavender. That's going to bring bees, going to bring pollinating insects into your garden. You get that incredible fragrance. And also, if you go online and look through, you can see for yourself all the health benefits of lavender as well if you want to go down that avenue as well.
But I know you're saying with us getting 48, this is ideal for creating borders and,
precisely,
and edging.
I mean, you're getting plug plants on these, so they're quite small plants, but they're fantastically healthy plants. If you was to try and buy 48 lavenders to plant a hedge, you can pay £4 or £5
Oh
for
yeah,
lavender.
you'd be talking hundreds of pounds.
Yeah, you could be talking £250 to buy lavenders of a decent size to make a hedge. Buy them as these plug plants. They grow incredibly quickly. By the end of this year, they'll already be sort of 3 or 4 inches tall. Even by the end of this year, they'll establish themselves, and then they'll grow on to be a
we
hedge
have got
next year.
actually on our website. We have got the pots and seed trays as well. We'll come to those a little bit later on, but they are on our website, and they'd be ideal. In fact, I'll give you the details now because this would be superb. Are they only £4.99?
Yeah, I know. These always fly out. These sell out every time we bring these because the value is just ridiculous on these.
And you are getting they're the cutting trays. You get 40 times 6 centimetre pots there, but you get that twice, don't you?
Yeah.
So it works at 80 pots.
So you could just transplant your little plug lavenders into these pots, grow them on somewhere sunny in the garden, let them become established, and then in a couple of months' time, then transplant them to where you want them to grow.
Apologies, my maths is rubbish today. It's 40 in total. It's 2 times 20, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, Sean. Yeah, 2 times 20. and you notice how non-committal I was there.
You were, yeah.
I thought I'm not getting involved.
That's what you get there.
I'm not saying the wrong thing.
But that would be that would actually be perfect for the lavender, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely brilliant for the lavenders.
If you do want the lavenders, so you get 48 of those at just £9.99. So it's definitely 48 of those, 309081. Really beautiful.
And the fragrance, the
Yeah.
scent, the flower, the evergreen. If you've got somewhere hot and sunny, if you've got a poor soil where other plants don't thrive, lavender will do brilliantly in those positions. If you want to grow lavender in pots or troughs or baskets or beds or borders, if you've got a really hot, dry, sunny patio or balcony, again, where other things struggle, lavender will do really, really well for you.
Now, a lot of you are on our website, allthews.idworld.tv, and the honeysuckles are proving extremely popular. They are coming up, but already 10% of the entire stock of those has now gone, and that's just £12.99. Now, we're actually getting a trio, and it's a buy one, get one free, isn't it?
Buy one, get one free. And also, the great thing about that as well is you're going to get honeysuckles that are going to give you flower all the way through the summer. So one time or another, from sort of midsummer all the way through into autumn, you're going to get that wonderful, sweet fragrance of honeysuckle.
And Adam, you can do the maths now. So if it's a trio and it's buy one, get one free, how many would you get?
I think you might get 6.
Yay! You will.
I wanted to hedge my bets there still, you see.
340729 1299. But you do get 6 in total out. Now, I love lilies, but we've got a very, very unusual lily for you next. And this is actually the Lily Black Jewel.
And
wow.
these have been popular every week. And what I always say to people about these is, imagine if you planted a lovely round bed or a border with pure white petunias or pure white geraniums, underneath which you have planted the Lily Black Jewel. Can you imagine, a little later on in the summer, these black blossoms exploding above a bed of white petunias or white geraniums? That would look like one of those classic displays that you see in Kew Gardens or in the parks or
actually,
places like that.
I didn't really give Adam a proper introduction, but you've actually won awards for your garden designs, haven't you?
I've been lucky enough over the years, along with my partner, to win gold medals, silver gilt medals at the Chelsea Flower Show, Hampton Court Palace Flower Show, and some other sort of RHS shows as well.
So he's good, he's really good. But I say, from a designer's point of view, to have these with a white petunia would look stunning.
Yeah, I mean, you could grow them in pots, for example. Why not plant up a pot with white fuchsias or white geraniums or white lobelia? Underplant with the lily bulbs, the lilies will come through, and in the summertime, when your friends, your family come round, and they're going to say, wow, that looks like one of those planting displays you've seen in a magazine that kind of inspire you. Those almost black lilies with the white under flower of the other plants, it'll look knockout.
And lilies, they come up year after year after year, don't they?
Come up year after year, very, very easy to grow. Fantastic for pots as well. They do really, really well in pots. And the good thing about growing lilies in pots as well, they come up a little later in the summer. So if you've got a gap in the border where something else has died down, you can just take your lily pot and just plonk that down in that gap. So they're great gap fillers. Easy for me to say. Great gap fillers as well later on in the summer.
Well, if you do want to go for, I mean, Adam and I are quite similar in terms of the things we like in gardens. We like to have things a little bit more unusual, a little bit more exotic.
A bit different.
Yeah, and they certainly will stand out. But one of our top sellers, they're 297,886 at just 15.98.
And talking of different,
Oh yes, we've got some glam rock for you next. I really like hydrangeas, but again, these are hydrangeas with a real twist, and they're better than half price tonight.
Yeah, these are hydrangeas on a stick, to be honest. I mean, these are absolutely fantastic. And hydrangeas are making a comeback because, you know, for years they had an association with sort of seasides and dare I say it, old ladies. You know, that's what people used to say. But now, you know, they've made a comeback, and this one in particular has got this amazing flower that has a combination of different colours at different times.
And you were saying, depending on our soil, we might get more pinks and more
yeah,
blues.
if you've got an acid soil, you're going to get more of the bluey colours, so the blue will become more prominent. If you've got a very alkaline soil, they'll become more pink. But in any situation, acid or alkaline, at any one time, you're going to have those 2 or 3 different colours. So somewhere within the petal, you're going to have blue in the middle, you're going to have a hints of green, hints of pink, hints of blue. So, you know, if you want a hydrangea flower that really gives you literally a kaleidoscope of colour, these are the ones to go for. 3 really fantastic plants in this collection, Sean, as well, that have been pinched out, which means they've all got 2 or 3 really, really healthy stems to grow away. And again,
they look amazing.
You can grow hydrangeas very, very easily in pots or containers if you want to as well, if you haven't got the option to plant them in the garden.
Well, if you do want to go for them, they are 307246. And they're actually better than half price today. They're normally $24.90. We've got some real spring bargains today, saving £13 on our usual price. Oh, and by the way, while you're all on the phone lines of the website, to get more flowers, up to 400% more flowers, don't forget to add the Incredibloom 750 gram fertiliser at just $12.90, and that's the difference it will make, Adam.
Yeah,
Huge.
it makes that difference because it's got trace elements in it that plants need. It's got all the main nutrients that plants need, and there's 2 types of nitrogen in there as well. There's obviously the element nitrogen, but also there's a compound of nitrogen as well. All this feeds your plants over a long period of time.
Now, while you're all on the phone lines of the website, do add Treff compost to your order as well. Do you know, I was reading the reviews on this, Adam. They are incredible, aren't
You're not
they?
going to start me on, because do you want me to go on for half an hour now about Treff?
No, we haven't got half an hour.
Okay.
30 seconds, go on.
But, I mean, the reviews are amazing because this was developed in the Netherlands. This has a certain amount of chipped pine bark to keep the compost nice and open. There's Baltic peat in there as well to hold the moisture. There's humic compost for your trace elements. And there's nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium to feed your plants all the way through the season. It's an amazing compost.
And say, check out the reviews for yourself online. It's worth spending that little bit more and getting that delivered straight to your door. Oh, and our sweet pea bundle, by the way, is flying. You are approaching 20%. This is brand new. We've got the sweet peas. You're getting the climbing frame. You're getting the compost, and you're getting the Incredibloom as well. So it's a complete, and that's a great gift because you've got everything you need.
Yeah, I mean, that is a really, really lovely gift. I mean, you could get that home. You could actually get that planted up and start the sweet peas growing, and then just present that to a friend as a gift. And, you know, you've got other options with that as well. You could put some of the sweet peas in there, some of the sweet peas in other parts of your garden. And, of course, we all love sweet peas because of that incredible fragrance and the wonderful colours as well.
Oh, we are getting so busy, by the way. 340169. Spring is definitely here. 22.99. Now, last year, I bought fuchsias from Ltgl and Lead the Good Life, and I had the most incredible displays. We've actually got a collection of 40 fuchsias right now from our top nurseries for $22.90. And these look big and bushy, don't they? Look at these.
I think these are going to sell out because I can see into the fuchsia. So,
oh, did you get that? Into the fuchsia.
That
was really bad, Adam.
I am going to write a book on the world's worst jokes.
Yeah, stick to the gardening. Yeah, comedy's not for you, Adam.
Yeah.
So these, you know, and I was in my local DIY store a couple of days ago, and they had the most pathetic little plug plants on this little trolley. They really were. They were $1.30 each.
Yeah, and I tell you what happens with those quite often. They're in those Dutch trolleys.
That's right.
They're all dark, so they don't get any of light. They don't get water.
None of the stuff.
No,
gave 2 hoots about
they
them.
go leggy. they all dry up and go crispy. Look at this plant. I mean, that one in your hand there, Sean. 4 fabulous stems on there, and look at the root system on there. That root system is as fresh as a daisy. That is ready to go straight into the compost, ready to grow away. What absolutely fabulous quality plants they are. You're going to get a lucky dip on these as well. We'll name the varieties when they come out to you, but one way or the other, you are going to get these tremendous, huge size flowers in your basket.
And by the way, I planted up one of my baskets last year. Now, I know it's not covered in flowers. This is the back of my house, but the back of my house is more or less north-facing. So it gets very little light, and it did amazing there.
Yeah, but look how elegant that looks,
I know.
Sean. I mean,
that was on an easy fill basket.
Just the way it sort of hangs down there. And I actually like the buds before they open. They remind me almost of like baubles on a Christmas tree. They've got that lovely look to them. And of course, those sepals burst open and those wonderful centres of the flowers come out. We love fuchsias. Fuchsias, begonias, geraniums are probably the three of the most popular bedding plants because they always do so well in this country.
And they don't mind a bit of shade. So that picture was my basket last year at the back of my house. So, Adam, 40 plug plants, $22.99. Do we need to presumably just pot these up?
Yeah, I mean, there's still a little bit of a risk of frost at the moment, so you could just pot these on into some small pots. The ones that we mentioned earlier would be absolutely ideal, the little tray we've got for you. And just grow them on a little bit. Keep them somewhere frost-free till probably about the end of April. And then, once all the risk of frost has gone, you can plant them out into your baskets, into your raised pots, into your raised beds.
And already, by the way, we've got a big stock of these today, 10% of the stock. So I think they're one of the best buys on the show. Adam, in terms of maintenance with fuchsias, so they're not hard work,
No,
are they?
they're dead easy. I mean, quite often they deadhead themselves as well. Quite often the dead flowers just drop off of their own volition. All you've got to do
Of their own
volition is plant them into a really good quality compost. And I'm bound to say treff because it is the best compost. Water them, feed them occasionally. Remember, just mix some Incredibloom in. You know, we've covered everything for you with the treff compost, with the Incredibloom in your baskets, in your pots. Once you've added the fuchsias, they are just going to flower their socks off all summer long. And, you know, they're going to give you flowers. They're almost going to be the width of the palm of your hand. These are really, really huge, chunky, dramatic flowers.
We should point out, stay with us this morning. Adam and I are with you until 1 o'clock, actually, because our second hour is not plants, but it's gardening hardware. So we've got a great Stanley lawnmower, we've got a multi-tool, we've got the easy fill baskets. They're the next hour, so stay with us for the whole 2 hours if you can. I love the fuchsias I bought last year from Ltgl. They really made my garden special. I've actually saved a few of them, but they are quite woody now. I'm thinking for the price of these, you might as well just go for new ones.
Yeah, and sometimes as well,
That's my basket.
Yeah, the plants can. Yeah, I mean that looks fantastic, Sean. As you say, that is in shade as well. So doing even good in shade, doing well in shade as well as full sun.
They're really good value, aren't they?
They're just
They're
amazing.
Anyway, we'd better move on. Begonia, we've got so much. Begonias are next, and these are apricot shades, one of the eternal favourites, aren't they?
Do you know what? We almost need to say nothing about these because everybody out there, the folks, love apricot shades. We had these, we've got 2 planters either side of the reception here at Ideal World. Last year we had these in those planters and they flowered all summer long. Sometimes it could be a real beast out there. It could be really windy, really grey, really cold. Other days it could be baking, boiling hot. But they thrived all the way through last year, despite the weather.
Because I think it's fair to say the planters outside our reception were the best they'd ever looked last year, because they've been really tatty at times, haven't they, Adam?
Well,
when you've not been here.
They have been, yes. They've not been up to scratch. They're looking really good at the moment.
They are looking really good at the moment, yeah.
But I mean, hopefully this summer we'll get the apricot shades back in. We'll plant those tubers back in, get those growing, and you will get this wonderful range of colours. The yellows, the salmons, the pinks, the oranges, the whites. I mean, there are so many shades within this one range of flower.
I'm not being funny, no matter how down you feel, if you look at those in your garden, they're bound to bring a smile to your face.
Definitely, even on a really grey summer's day. You know, sometimes we get stuck in those ruts of 4 or 5 days of grey slate skies in the summer, which brings us down. But when you go out in your garden, you just see this huge basket of begonias flowering their socks off. It's going to make you smile.
Adam, for anyone that's new to the show, you know, if they are buying, you know, plants or begonias, first of all, how do things arrive? Do they come full instructions?
Yeah, everything. We've actually got some. I'll grab some for you in a moment, but we've actually got everything comes out with cultural instructions. So we're not just going to send these out to you and leave you to it. You get instructions that will tell you how to plant the plant, how to grow it, how to look after it, what to do thereafter. So every single plant that comes out will have a care sheet with it, so you know exactly what you need to do.
And if you are buying plants, for example, if you're on the phone lines right now for things like the fuchsias, they actually arrive in mini greenhouses, don't they?
Yeah, they arrive, so they're nicely protected, they're nicely cushioned, so they're not going to get squashed or damaged in the post. Also, that keeps the moisture in, keeps the humidity in, and they're dispatched very, very quickly as well. So, you know, they get to you and they're not stressed.
We should point out, nothing in the show is pre-ordered, it'll all be dispatched the next. We always say 7 to 14 days, don't we, with plants? but often it's a lot quicker than that.
Yeah, especially this time of year.
So if you do want to go for anything in the show, so it will be dispatched in say, a matter of days, and that's 298027. Now, I've got a bit of a buzz about the next Buddleia collection. I'm feeling a buzz about this because I love Buddleias, but my mum's got a Buddleia and it's huge.
Yeah.
And she lives in a bungalow and it's kind of overtaken the garden now. These are different, aren't they?
These are fantastic. These are a miniature Buddleia. These will only get to about 4 or 5 foot tall, if that.
Really?
Yeah, these are really small, compact Buddleia. All the advantages of what you love about Buddleias, masses and masses of flowers, loads and loads of butterflies, a long flowering season, but a Buddleia that you can grow in a very small garden. A Buddleia that you're not going to need to take a chainsaw to after a couple of years. All you'll need to do with this Buddleia is every spring, very early in the spring, just take secateurs to it and prune it back quite harshly, like you would a rose, for example. Then you'll get that lovely fresh growth and masses of flower every year.
And the truth part, you're not just getting this colour. I don't know if you can just come down here, but you're actually getting 3 varieties. And this is the colour that I associate Buddleias with.
That purple.
The purple.
Yeah, that's the kind of a classic Buddleia colour.
But we get all these 3
yeah,
colours,
we're getting
don't
a white, gorgeous white colour there. We're also getting a magenta as well, a lovely magenta pink colour
I mean,
there.
those 3 are...
Yeah, and you can see that middle one. I love that middle picture, the white one, because you can see the pot that's growing in.
Yeah.
So, you know, that proves the point to you there. That gives you an idea of scale because you can see the back door, you can see the pot. So this isn't a ridiculous sized Buddleia. In fact, you know, we've got one out in the garden where we're going to go a little later on that's probably about 12, 14 foot tall. And
Adam, is there anything that loves Buddleia more than we do?
butterflies.
Ah,
Butterflies.
Right answer.
Pollinating insects. You know, if you want to help the butterflies out, my goodness me, they need some help, and the bees as well. All the pollinating insects love that really sweet nectar that they can get from Buddleia flowers. So, if you want a Buddleia, if you love Buddleias, but you've always been thinking, goodness me, I can't plant a Buddleia, it's going to take over my garden. This is one of the world's first miniature Buddleias that you can enjoy.
And here on Lead the Good Life, we always want to bring you great quality plants, but the unusual, the different, the exotic, things to get you excited.
Precisely, the innovative, you know, because things, you know, like this, the miniature Buddleias, you don't come across those every day.
I love those. I could buy everything. I really could. Very busy. Just to warn you, I think we are going to have one of the busiest gardening shows this year. Honeysuckles are next, and you're actually getting 6 of these in total, so it's 2 of each variety for just $12.99. Do you know, I bought honeysuckle from Ltgl years ago, and they were this kind of size. Remember, I'll be honest, Adam, when I took the plugs home, I thought, oh, it's going to take years till that's anything. And not at all.
No, they grow like crazy, actually, honeysuckles. There's a wild, I mean, honeysuckles native to this country. There's Lanicera periclaminum, which is the wild honeysuckle, grows very rapidly. So they love this country. There's 3 varieties in here. We've got Belgica, we've got Heliana, and we've got Ceratina. Between them, they are going to give you a wonderful range of colours. You're going to get yellows and oranges, you're going to get sort of reds and oranges, you're going to get that pink and yellow, you're going to get a mixture of colours from each of these 3 varieties of honeysuckle. You're going to get fragrance, and you're going to get a very long flowering period as well.
Yeah, they do flower a long time, don't they?
Because all 3 of these will give you an extended period, probably from midsummer all the way into the autumn, and especially at night time on those warm evenings, that's when the fragrance really pumps out.
So could we do tapestry plant? Because you're getting 6 of those. Could you actually plant 2 or 3 together?
I would, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Why not? Or they're very good as well for actually growing around other plants. So, for example, if you grow clematis, but perhaps you found the clematis has got big and it's got a little bit leggy at the bottom, plant a clematis, a honeysuckle with it to grow through. Or have you got an old tree stump? Have you got a...
I'm going to say my mum did. She had a tree that had to be cut down because it was diseased, and she grew a honeysuckle around it, and it looks amazing.
Absolutely ideal.
It really does.
And honeysuckles are great because they kind of twist and twirl around, and you just give them a frame and they will grip onto it. So no fiddling about having to tie it in and train it. Honeysuckles will train themselves and climb up.
Again, they're very well behaved. They are. 6 of those, all those wonderful colours for $12.99. Now, spring bulbs next. Now, you might be... Do you know, somebody came in the studio earlier and said, oh, they look half dead with the bulbs. Now, that's a really good, like, you might be thinking the same at home. You might be thinking, hang on, Adam and Sean, what are you playing at? You've just dug some bulbs up here and they're wilting. This is the whole point, Adam, isn't it?
This is the point, yeah. This is what's called planting bulbs in the green. Now, certain bulbs, if you lift certain bulbs and then leave them in packets in those supermarkets, in those garden centres, they will dry out. They do not like being treated in that way. Bluebells, snowdrops, aconites are those particular bulbs that don't like being treated like that. So the best way to get them to grow in your garden is to lift them in the green. That means just before or just after they're flowered, while they're still green, that is the time to lift them and the time to transplant them. And in this collection, you're getting 25 of those single snowdrops.
And then you get 25 of the double snowdrops.
Of the gorgeous double ones.
They're lovely.
25 of those absolutely amazing bluebells. I can actually smell those bluebells now.
And the aconite is one that I've only just got to know about this one.
Oh, they're amazing. They are really great for growing under trees or really shady areas, and they will eventually form this huge carpet of yellow that comes out sometimes even in January. They'll flower in January, and on a winter's day when you get that blue sky and you see all these with the sun on them, oh, it's honestly, it really does lift your heart.
Well, we've got a massive saving on those today as well. They are down from nearly £40 to $22.99. We've got some amazing deals, and it works out just a few pence, 22 pence per bulb on those as well. Now, a lot of you are on the phone lines for things like the lavender and the fuchsias. I mean, particularly if you're going for the 40 fuchsias, this is what you're going to need to pot them up rather. And this is half price today, and it's a lovely set, this, isn't it?
Yeah, because underneath that, Sean, if we actually lift one of those trays up underneath, there's actually a capillary matting under there. Now, what that actually does, that actually soaks up a huge amount of water, you know, many times its own weight in water, and it will hold that water underneath the pots, and it'll just hold enough water for the plants to draw what they need. So they're not going to sit there waterlogged and rot off. It's just going to keep them adequately moist. You've got these easy trays to transport these little 6 centimetre wide pots.
These are a nice size, aren't they?
They're brilliant. And yeah, we showed you earlier on the lavenders, the 48 plug lavenders. Well, this is what you can do. You can just transplant those lavenders into the pots, and I would just grow those until they're about a couple of inches or so, and they've got a nice root ball on them.
Stay there, Adam. I'm just going to grab a fuchsia as well.
All you need to do then is just transplant them to where you want them to be. Yeah, there you go. Again, brilliant, Sean. Absolutely ideal just for dropping your fuchsias into. A little bit of compost, grow them on, wait till they're nice and pot bound. You know, just wait to the point that when you lift them, the whole pot of soil comes out with it in one piece.
With all the roots.
With all the roots, and you've got the shape of the pot. Then they're ready to just plant on into your beds, borders, your baskets, wherever you want them to be.
If you're a little bit tight on space, and a lot of us are, I think that's just really neat, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's ideal for a windowsill, isn't it? A windowsill on a ledge in a conservatory. If you've got one of those sheds that's got sort of windows on the side, you could just sort of rest that in there or somewhere like that.
And also, because it does come with the capillary mat, look at this as well. If you are popping this on things like windowsill, the water's not going to seep through that.
No, that's a waterproof tray there. So this is absolutely ideal just for growing those plants on. It could be on your, in your spare room on the windowsill there. Just put these somewhere light and bright, grow them on, and they'll be brilliant.
Well, if you do want to go for them, they're half price today. They are just £4.99. We've had lots of emails, by the way. Thank you so much. Yeah, do you know what I'd like you to just keep emailing saying, Adam and Sean, we love you on gardening. That's what we want to hear, isn't it, Adam?
You'd be good. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I'm up for that.
I think some of the other presenters might get annoyed if we say that. But no, I do love gardening. It's one of my passions. Love working with Adam because he's so experienced, and gardening's your life, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. And this time of year, I get this. I can't describe it, but I get this feeling inside. It's kind of a real feeling of hope and of enjoyment and of excitement and of pleasure because. I can hear the plants growing. I can hear them pushing up through the soil.
And I tell you what, when you think of, your happy times last year, I bet it was in the summer months when you're having your barbecues, you're outside with friends and family.
Your grandchildren, your
grandkids,
grandkids,
that's what it's about. Anyway, we've had loads of emails coming in. Let's just share some of your comments. Ian from County Durham has emailed in, and he sent us this great picture of his Easyfield basket from last year with this fabulous collection of apricot begonias there as well. So thank you so much for that one. Lane has emailed. Remember, you're all in with chance for the prize draw for £20 voucher now. Wow, that's upside down, but there's a lot of that's kind of better. They're massive though, and they're all from the hanging baskets by the looks of things. Easyfield baskets, amazing. So thank you for your picks that are being sent in right now. Now, this time of year, you look around your patio and chances are it's covered with moss and algae. Now, we've teamed up with Spear & Jackson, a company with years and years of experience. They're known for their professional gardening products. We actually had this on a full hour show yesterday, and I don't mind telling you, we've actually got less than 100 of these remaining. And if I remember rightly, we had 3 times the previous amount of stock, but it all went yesterday. Apart from there's less than 100 of these. Basically, we are doing an offer on this right now. This is all about getting rid of mould and algae on all of your exterior surfaces. There's no scrubbing required or anything like that, but it's a super concentrated formula. What we're doing, if you buy the 5 litre, we're giving you a bonus 2.5 litre. Now, that bonus 2.5 litre could even go to your mum's house, something like that. But the results that you get with this are incredible. It's 336,600, less than 100 of these in stock, and it's on 2 flexible payments of £15. So just thinking, if you are going for this hour, if you like any of the plants, you could add them to your order and just divide the total cost into 2 interest-free payments as well. But here's a little clip of film just showing you the spray and leave in action.
Mould, algae and moss over time can build up, making garden furniture, patios and paths look tired and dated. It's time to get back your garden with Spear & Jackson Spray and Leave. A unique formulation that destroys organic spores that would otherwise multiply, drastically reducing the time it would take for them to reform. Spear & Jackson Spray and Leave is a cleaner, strong enough for all types of jobs, whether it's driveways, garden slabs, greenhouses, fencing, conservatories and even house roof tiles. Better yet, Spear & Jackson Spray and Leave protects as well as cleans, repelling dirt and stopping algae dead in its tracks. Application is simple. Spray the solution onto the problem area and that's it. Allow the solution to work for up to 4 days to see a difference. Easy, job done. Spear & Jackson, the ultimate cleaner for your garden.
That is so good, and because we've just teamed up with Spear & Jackson, they're doing us a special right now. Buy 5 litres, get a bonus 2.5 litres. That is so much better than maybe other products that you've seen out there on the marketplace. $29.99 is the price, but so we have got less than 100 in stock. 336,600. Now we're going to go back to some of the top sellers of the hour. Incredibly busy, and the sweet peas are causing. Well, loads of you, I should say, on the phone lines right now for this on the website. A quarter of the stock went on preview. This is a complete system, Adam, isn't it?
Complete system there. You've actually got the saucer there. You've got the actual pot. You've got that cone of trellis on the top there, Sean. That in itself looks absolutely stunning.
In fact, can I just lift that up a bit? Can you just see?
Yeah, I mean, some support frames are just really, really unattractive right from the start. This looks amazing. This is plastic, but it's got that wonderful antique burnished look to it. It looks like, you know, it's made of metalwork. It looks like it's made of stone. It looks weathered. It looks rustic.
But it's actually nice and lightweight there. So that's your main pot with the saucer and the frame. But Adam, we get in our compost.
Yep.
And Incredibloom.
Incredibloom.
And then 6 of these are like giant multi-plugs,
and
aren't
look
they?
how healthy these sweet peas are as well. Look how green and lush and verdant these are. These are going to grow on. These are going to give you those wonderful displays of flower, that wonderful sweet fragrance. And all you need to do is just sort of deadhead the top of it, or not deadhead, but pinch out the tops of your sweet peas. They will then branch out. So rather than one sweet pea going straight up, you'll end up with 4 or 5 stems from each one.
And my mum grew sweet peas last year, and the sweet peas were nice, but she had oh, bless her, she put a pot together with all the canes all tied up, and it looked a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I mean, those sort of...
Sorry.
But, you know, it can look a bit Heath Robinson, a bit of a dog's dinner, can't it, sometimes, when you try and do that. And also, they kind of tend to slip down the canes as well, because they can't get a nice grip. Because on this planting pot, you've got a really nice, tight trellis work. They can get in between and in and out of that very easily. And sweet peas, they actually cling on by little tendrils that they send out.
And the more you cut them, the more flowers you get.
Definitely, yeah. If you just leave them, then they basically have done what they think they're going to do and they run to seed. If you keep deadheading them, you just keep forcing the plant to keep flowering.
I've got such fond memories of sweet peas. My grandma always used to grow sweet peas, and we'd always pick a bunch on a Sunday when we went to see her. By the way, 1/3 of the entire stock of these is gone. They're such a pretty flower, aren't they?
I just grew them every year when I was a kid,
year
after year, because they're so easy to grow. And when you just have those first buds that open and that sweet fragrance, oh wow, it's just really is knockout, Sean.
Well, I love the fact that we're giving you everything you need. By the way, the compost, the fertiliser, the sweet peas, those giant multi-plugs, and of course the frame and the pot and the saucer. Amazing value at just $22.99. Now, I know a lot of you have taken my advice and you're going for the Spear & Jackson spray and leave. 80% of the stock has now gone on this one at $29.99. So easy to use that, isn't it?
It is easy to use, and I was talking to Lloyd yesterday who brings us in, and he was saying when you leave this on, this actually prevents the regrowth of algae and moss and spores afterwards. So not only does it get rid of what you've got already, it will, for a certain length of time, prevent more moss and algae and lichen coming back.
And because that's one of our, we've only recently brought this to you. We've just teamed up with Spear & Jackson. We are, say, giving you an extra 2.5 litres free. And if I was you, you could easily keep the 5 litres for yourself and give the bonus one to a neighbour or your mum or your son, your daughter. We are really busy for that. It also opens up your flexi basket, don't forget, so you can add as many plants to your order. And what we'll do is total everything up and divide it into 2 interest-free payments. But it's easy, this one. It's lazy because you're spraying your leaf, don't you? No scrubbing.
And it's absolutely fine for your pets. If you're worried about pets and things like that, once it's dry, absolutely totally safe for your animals and pets. So you don't need to worry about that either.
We're both animal lovers, but you do need to wait till it dries before you let the pets out.
Once it's completely dried, thereafter, no worries at all, no problems.
By the way, you don't need a spray. You can do it with a watering can, can't you?
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, if you've got a small area, just use a water can with very fine rows, because you don't need to use gallons of this, just enough to soak the surface, and it'll do what it needs to do.
Do you know, gardeners don't like being rushed, do they? I don't, but there is an urgency on that for that one right now. 80% of the stock's gone. It's 336,600. Now, a bit of glam rock for you next. Well, that was my glam rock pose, Adam.
And these, actually, what I'm going to do, I've not done this before. I'm going to pull this plant out of its pot, because I just want to show you. Look at that. I've just pulled that out of its pot live on air. Look at the root system on the base of that plant. That is a really, really incredibly happy hydrangea.
By the way, a quarter of the stock of these went on preview. I love hydrangeas. I think they give you such a big show, and year after year you seem to get more and more heads. But these have that edge, don't they?
Yeah, these have that edge because you get 3 or 4 different colours on one bloom. You get that green on the outside, you might get blue in the middle, you might get pink in the middle, and depending on what type of soil, if you grow these on an acid soil, now by that I mean a soil where rhododendrons, azaleas, camellias grow, you will get more bluey colours in the flower. If you're on an alkaline soil, places where lilacs and pinks and clematis thrive, you'll get more pinky colours. But in either case, you will get a mixture of colours. So you're not just going to get plain blue or plain pink. You're going to get flowers that are fringed with green, flowers that have got a little bit of blue, flowers that have got a little bit of pink. These are just so unusual, just so different. And again, very, very compact plants, very easy to grow. And absolutely fantastic for pots. So if you've just got a balcony or a terrace or a veranda or a really small space, you can enjoy the wonder. You can have some glam rock on your patio, on your balcony.
You certainly can. And what I would really like today, I know we've got a big regular audience, but new viewers, try it out for the first time. Everything does arrive with great instructions, beautifully packed and packaged as well. So you've got all the help that you need. When Adam's not here, you've got all the help that you need with every single order. 307246 for those. Now, what are my top tips? The fuchsias. We're giving you 40 fuchsias today. Works out just over 50p a fuchsia for £29. And I was honestly in one of the big DIY stores the other day. It was £1.30 for a plug. And Adam, they were so neglected, as you.
Yeah, precisely.
Nobody cared about the plug plants stuck on the trolley.
No, they're left out there in the cold, the wind. They're not watered. They're dark. They're not getting the light. These could not be more opposite. These have been incredibly loved. Look at this one here. If I just turn it round, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 stems on that fuchsia. So you know right from this tiny little stage, this is going to be bushy. This is going to be a really fantastic plant, and it's going to produce those huge, and I'm talking huge flower heads for you in a wonderful range of colours. Now, this is a lucky dip, but we're not just going to send out loads of fuchsias to you and not tell you what they are.
So they'll all be labelled?
Yeah, they'll all be labelled. So when they come out to you, you'll know exactly which varieties you're getting. But in either way, Sean, in either sense, you know you're going to get that kaleidoscope of colour. You're going to get that wonderful mix of colour.
And the fact is, if you buy a fuchsia, peak season in the garden centre that's potted up, you can be talking £5 a fuchsia. Easily, can't you?
Easily, yeah.
And yet, there's such a little amount of work just to pot these up to grow them on, and that's the fun of it as well.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
And you know, and even if you don't go on to buy the little set of pots we've got here, you can transplant these into yogurt pots. You can transplant these into those old plastic coffee pots. You know, you can transplant these into anything that will hold compost. Even all those pots that you threw away last year from the bedding plants you bought last year, you can recycle those. Just grow these fuchsias on a little bit. Keep them frost-free. They don't need to be particularly warm, but somewhere bright and frost-free until about the end of April.
Most of mine have survived in the greenhouse, but I'd say they are a bit woody and a bit like, you know, and I'm looking at these thinking I might as well just go for a new one.
Absolutely. Go for nice fresh stock so you know it's disease-free, you know it's healthy, you know it's robust, and you know you're going to get those displays that you want this summertime, because sometimes old woody plants take a little while to, you know, to come back. In the same period, these will grow away quickly.
And I say, the back of my garden gets very, very little light, and I grew these last year in a hanging basket. By the way, we've got easy fill baskets the next hour. We've got the lawnmower, haven't we?
We have multi-tool.
Yeah, so it's like a 2-hour gardening special, but the second hour is all what we call more hardware, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
But stay with us for 2 hours, otherwise Adam and I will be very upset. Now, magnolias. We've got a twin pack of these for $19.99. So they're working out at £10 each. They're going to arrive covered in buds, aren't they?
Yes, they're going to arrive with buds already on the stem, so you know that when you get these home, these are going to flower for you this year. We're not saying to you, we're going to send you out little diddy 6-inch plants, you've got to wait 2 or 3 years for flowering. These come out with flower buds on, so you can enjoy some of these blossoms this year.
They are just so majestical, and they're fabulous, they really are. I've got 2 magnolias in my garden, and you know, when they start to flower, you really know that spring's here, and we're going to have a fantastic summer. Now, the honeysuckle, we're giving you 6 honeysuckles for $12.99, and we've deliberately chosen different colours, but also these flower at different times of summer, don't they?
Yeah, you've got Halliana, you've got Belgica, you've got Ceratina, 3 different types of honeysuckle that flower at slightly different times. There may be some overlap, but between the 3 different varieties, you're going to get honeysuckle flower and honeysuckle fragrance all the way from midsummer right into the autumn.
We are exceptionally busy right now. Loads of you say still ordering, putting together big orders actually, 340729. Oh, don't forget, if you are buying some of the plug plants, the fuchsias or the lavender that we've got, go for this. You actually get 46 centimetre pots, you get the watering tray and the capillary matting. It's really neat. You know, I've got pots and trays and things like that, but this is really neat and compact. You could put it on a windowsill and you're not going to get the windowsill wet because that actual tray is it hasn't got holes in or anything like that, but it does come with a capillary matting as well. Now, something that we are going to advise you to put in your basket now before we get another sellout is our Spear & Jackson spray and leave. 85% of the stock has gone. What we're doing, we're giving you a £5 saving, but we're also going to give you the bonus 2.5 litres. So that's got a £5 saving. That is a bonus, which is a 2.5 litre, which you give to your mum or a friend or a member of the family. And this is all about getting rid of algae and moss, isn't it?
Yeah, all that build-up that's been occurring for years and years and years, whether it's on the top of your conservatory, it's on your paving, your brickwork, anywhere like that. That's all you do. You literally spray and leave. There's no need to go back a few weeks later with a stiff broom or a brush or anything like that and remove it all. It just gradually disintegrates and disappears. The elements itself will finally bring those surfaces back to how they were originally, and then it will prevent the regrowth.
See, that's the bit that interests me, the prevention of the regrowth.
You get a period of prevention afterwards to prevent that coming straight back. It kills the spores that may come back if they're left undetected.
Because you might, some of you might find it an endless task. You do your patios, then months later they're back to that green algae. This is all about getting the job done, but also prevention for the future as well. Let's show you the Spear & Jackson spray and leave in action.
Mould, algae and moss over time can build up, making garden furniture, patios and paths look tired and dated. It's time to get back your garden with Spear & Jackson spray and leave. A unique formulation that destroys organic spores that would otherwise multiply, drastically reducing the time it would take for them to reform. Spear & Jackson spray and leave is a cleaner, strong enough for all types of jobs, whether it's driveways, garden slabs, greenhouses, fencing, conservatories and even house roof tiles. Better yet, Spear & Jackson spray and leave protects as well as cleans, repelling dirt and stopping algae dead in its tracks. Application is simple. Spray the solution onto the problem area and that's it. Allow the solution to work for up to 4 days to see a difference. Easy, job done. Spear & Jackson, the ultimate cleaner for your garden.
Now, I'm just hearing we are approaching limited stock on that one. So please, you know, I hate it when I miss out, and I do sometimes. You know, sometimes I think, oh, I'll order that later, and then it's sold out. We are approaching limited stock. It's an amazing offer. You're getting a £5 saving and the bonus 2.5 litres as well. And Spear & Jackson, this is a company that you've worked with for many years.
Yeah,
Adam, isn't
Spear
it?
& Jackson have been around for many, many years. You know, a very reliable company. You know, a company that all us gardeners, you know, trust and recognise. And they bring us tools, they bring us many, many different products into gardening market. And this, to me, is a really revolutionary way of removing all that build-up that bugs us.
When I think of Spear & Jackson, I really do think of top quality, you know, years of experience, history, heritage, reliability. You know this is going to do an amazing job. And because we've just recently teamed up with Spear & Jackson, they are giving us some fantastic starting offers. Now, we're using a sprayer, but you can use a watering can, can't you?
And very, very simply as well, the best thing to do is when you fill your sprayer first, then add the spray and leave afterwards. Don't do it the other way around because sometimes it froths up. So water first, then the spray and leave, just a slight mix round. Then you can just spray the top of your conservatory, your brickwork, your walls, your patio, your decking, anywhere where you've got moss or lichen or build-up of algae. It will take about 2 to 3 weeks to kill that, and then the wind, the rain, the elements will remove that, and in no time at all you'll be back to that original surface. But the great thing about this is it will then continue to prevent the reappearance of all those algae and moss and lichens as well. And if you've got a damp garden that doesn't dry out very much, even in the summer, sometimes that green growth can come back very quickly. This will keep it cleaner for you much, much longer.
The back of my garden's like that because it doesn't get a lot of light.
And it can get slippery as well. Really dangerous.
And you're avoiding falls this year, aren't you, Adam?
Yes, I am, yes. Yeah, because I'm a fool who fell over last year, so I don't want to do it again.
Anyway, we are limited stock now. Actually, we've got less than 40 of those remaining. I mean, I hope that offer's coming back. We'll do our best to get it back. But I guarantee if you get on the phone lines of the website, you'll get it right now. Get the 5 litre, £5 saving, and get the bonus 2.5 litre. Less than 30 of those now in stock, 336 600. Now, the sweet peas have been one of our top sellers today as well. And what I love about this, particularly if you're maybe new to gardening or you don't have a lot of time, everything is here. You don't need to go out and buy anything.
You have got everything here. And I mean, I'm just looking at the amount of sweet peas you've got here.
These are fab, aren't they?
And packets of seeds these days, Sean. You know, you can pay £3 or £4 just for a packet of sweet pea seeds this year, and you might need a couple of 2 or 3 packets at least to grow that many sweet peas.
So we are getting 6 of these kind of multi-plugs like
multi-plugs with sweet peas in between each one, so you can
that's
actually
6 of these.
Yeah, you can actually split and divide those if you want to.
But Adam, look at the.
No.
Again, this is what our nurseries are so good at. The actual depth of the roots there.
That's a great thing, because this is the thing. If you give plants really great depth, then they send the roots straight down, and you get a very well produced, a very well developed root system, which is absolutely critical for plants to grow on.
Now you're also getting. Have a look at this, the most wonderful growing tower. You get the pots, you get the saucer, you get the this 360-degree trellis, and it looks like, I'd say more, like an antique iron, doesn't it?
Yes,
but
it's got
not.
that look to it. Almost looks as like it was metal and somebody painted it, and the elements have kind of worn away there over the course of time. And of course, this is great for many reasons. The fact that it is lightweight and plastic means if you've got a rooftop garden, if you've got a balcony, you've got somewhere where weight is an issue, you haven't got to worry so much. And also, if you don't want to be lifting really heavy stone or terracotta pots around the garden, this is very easy, very lightweight to move around the garden.
And you've got the correct amount of compost for this. You've got the incredible that can give you up to 400% more flowers. It's a complete system, saving £7 today. By the way, if you are on the phone lines for the Spear & Jackson spray and leave, and say you're adding this to your order, you'd only pay £11.50 today, and then your next payment would be in a month's time. So really worth buying anything on FlexiPay.
By which time, all that moss and lichen will be dead.
Yes.
And
that would look, and you've got this lovely pot on that clean patio. Now I don't know where the time's gone. Adam and I are still with you the next hour with more gardening equipment. So we've got a brilliant 2 hours. But here's a recap of all the plants that we had in this first hour with Lead the Good Life. So the Magnolia Sunrise, 2 of these for $19.99. How stunning is this magnolia, Adam?
These are stunning because the wonderful colour there, and the fact that these are going to explode into growth just before the leaves come out. So you have that really exotic look, that really different look. And oh, goodness me, these just look so fantastic.
And
And this is a compact variety as well.
And it arrives with buds.
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
Now, our lavender, you get 48 of these because it's a buy one, get one free. So that's 24 times 2, under £10. And this is the neat lavender for borders,
Yeah,
isn't it?
this is nice and neat. This is great for borders, beds, great for making hedges. And really, you know, these are coming as plug plants, I'll grant you, but you could pay £250 to buy larger plants this quantity to make a hedge.
And then we've got our honeysuckles. You get 6 of these, 2 of each variety, specially selected at £12.99 to give you flowers throughout a longer period.
Lovely range of colour there, lovely range of fragrances, and you know, colour all the way through the year. And I forgot to mention a couple of times as well, some of these are semi-evergreen as well, so they're not even going to go completely
Really?
bare in the winter. So you'll get a little bit of
nice.
evergreen through the winter time as well.
Bit of foliage in January, hopefully. Now, a bit of glam rock for you. And these have been really popular, actually. These are hydrangeas with an edge, you know. Adam and I, we're always looking for different things in our gardens, and a lot of our viewers are too.
They're neat, they're neat. I'm loving your tiger feet, Sean. I mean, you know, if we want a bit of glam rock, they're absolutely fantastic, aren't they? I mean, they're just brilliant.
You're going to be a certain age to know that song, but we both know that one very well. Now, our fuchsias have been one of the top sellers again this hour. This is a collection of 40 plug plants. They'll all be labelled, it will be a lucky dip, but they'll all be labelled, and they're all going to be fantastic varieties, aren't they?
Yeah, and you'll be able to achieve results like this year, and really just sort of, you know, they'll knock your socks off, honestly, they will.
And so working out just over 50 pence a plant on those, of course, 340152. And then our sweet peas, got to remind you of these, it's such a great, say full collection this. You're getting the Sweet Dreams sweet peas, the climbing frame, the pot, the saucer, the compost, the Incredibloom, all of that for just £22.99. Now we are going to be with you the next hour. By the way, we've got less than 20 of this Spear & Jackson spray and leave. We've also got some great tools on our website as well from Spear & Jackson. What's coming at the next hour though, Adam?
We've got Sandy lawnmower, we've got McCulloch multi-tool, we've got easy fill hanging baskets.
Do you know what we've got the next hour? Actually, we've got these for baskets, but we've got the double tower for under £20.
Yeah, that's going to fly because everybody loves those, because you've just got the versatility there to create those absolute cascading displays.
And the lawnmower is a self-propelling lawnmower, so basically you don't have to push it.
No, you just walk behind it. It'll take you for a walk.
It will. So stay with us if you're looking for a new lawnmower, a multi-tool to do all of your pruning, your hedge trimming, or easy for baskets. They're coming up in our next hour on Ideal World. But we've got single figures of these. You can see there, you've got this green container, because this is designed to get rid of the green, get rid of the algae, get rid of the moss, and to help prevent it growing back as well. Adam, a massive thank you.
Oh, it's been a pleasure, Sean. It's been a blast.
Well, we're with each of the next hour, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, we're also with you at 4 o'clock. So we're with you throughout the day here on Ideal, but don't go anywhere. An amazing lawnmower coming up, fantastic multi-tool, and the easy fill baskets. We'll see you in 2 minutes' time.